All right. Let's make sure we are live. Okay. Looks like we are. Hi everyone. Happy Thursday. Day 4 of our metabolic jumpstart challenge. And I missed going live last night. Like many of you, lost track of time, crazy day. So tonight I will briefly go over both day 3 that we talked about yesterday, which was stress, and then today we were talking about sleep. So just a quick review. We are in day 4. We are covering 5 topics this week. Day 1 we talked about nutrition, and specifically with nutrition we talked about increasing our protein. And if you look back at that thread, highly suggest you looking back at that thread, and you can see the meal photos that everyone has been sharing. It's been great. And what I suggested was, you just try to work some protein into each meal. So I appreciate those of you that have been sharing that. Continue to do that. Share your dinners tonight. Share your meals tomorrow. That would be fantastic. Day 2, we focused on exercise and why exercise is important, but specifically for this week and for this challenge purpose, we were covering the importance of strength training. Okay, and I mentioned before, there are workout videos in this group right here. Just go up to the search bar and hit workout or type in workout, and you'll find a ton of replay videos that you can do, that you can implement, that are strength training, HIIT training, workouts here in the group. So nutrition, exercise, stress was yesterday. And the biggest thing that, I want you to realize about stress, I mean, we always hear, right? Like we need to reduce our stress. But for me, it helps to know why, right? Like we know that maybe having a lot of stress is not good for us. But I find myself taking more action when I understand why. So I think the biggest point from, knowing what stress does to our bodies, specifically I talked about the hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin. And ghrelin is the hormone that makes us feel hungry, like experience hunger, and leptin is the one that makes us feel full. And when we have high stress levels, those hormones go out of whack. So our ghrelin goes up, telling us that we're hungrier than we possibly are, and our leptin goes down. Okay, so it's not indicating when we're full. Like this happens with an increased amount of stress. Just important to realize, like, hormonally what's happening. And then also with increased stress can increase our cortisol. Again, it makes it harder to lose weight. So lots of reasons why scientifically why stress is challenging, and it's challenging for overall health. It's also challenging with weight loss, if that is specifically your goal. And I know for many of you, losing weight is part of your overall health goal. So a lot of times, what I also wanted to mention, this is important. A lot of times we think it's all about willpower, right? Like it's all about willpower and like controlling our hunger. But what I'm telling you is that the stress is affecting the hormones. So you are actually feeling that. So it's really not willpower. That's an easy way to kind of beat ourselves up a little bit. So it's not necessarily willpower. It's like actual feelings in your body. Okay. And then we talked about sleep and why sleep is so important. And, again, sleep can affect hormones. It can actually, when we're fatigued and don't get enough sleep, we can feel hungrier. In the email today, and I think on my main feed post too, I talked about how people who don't get enough sleep actually with the same calorie intake, okay, show an increase in weight gain. Okay, studies have shown that. So I know that it's difficult. I typically work with women who are either pre, during, or post menopausal, and sleep is a nightmare during that period. And before that, for those of you that have kids, like it's probably been a nightmare because you have kids. So we are chronically underslept, if that's a word. Okay. Um, so I know that's a challenge, but I want you to realize like there are certain things like these that we can really take notice of and try to get back in control of. So I would say the biggest thing, with the sleep, not to overwhelm you with all the, different ideas and choices, but if you could do one thing, it's just like work on your sleep environment. Like, is your room, conducive to sleep? Is it dark before bed? Like, really trying to get the lights down an hour or two before bed. No blue light. So, listen, if you are going to be on your phone, your iPad, or whatever, consider the blue light glasses. Okay, because that can affect sleep. But trying to turn all devices off at least an hour before bed, I know that that might be a challenge for you. Some of you work late, or you know what, you're like de-stressing is scrolling through Facebook and watching videos like this one. But consider that, you know, low light in the bedroom, cool in the bedroom. Be careful how many blankets you're using, especially if you are a night sweat person like many of us are. So just, consider that. So we do go deeper into all of these areas when in my coaching program, my 6-week coaching program that is opening tomorrow. But you have a lot of tools right here this week that we are talking about that you can implement immediately. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about NEAT, NEAT, that's non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's one of my favorite topics. It's actually one of the biggest areas. We focus a lot of time on this with my clients. And it's honestly where I've seen the biggest changes take place. When we bring attention to the fact that we might not be moving as much throughout the day as we think we are. Like maybe you get a workout in the morning, but then like you're sitting all day. And then like the last 2 years, many of us are sitting a lot more than we were. We're working from home. We're not in the office. We're not up and down the stairs. We're not going for walks with our coworkers, at lunchtime. We're not doing the commute, walking from the train station, whatever it is. Like we're much less active. So even like taking in the same amount of calories, doing the same workouts, but being less active during the day, it's huge. So again, I'm just trying to bring awareness to this, show you that like you do have control over this, some of this stuff, and like to lower your frustration with it and kind of open your eyes to how you can implement the changes. So if you have questions on this, I encourage you, drop the questions here. Ask me. Go back to one of the other videos that I did. Drop questions. Email me. Reach out. That's what I'm here for. It's what I do. Okay, I've been doing this for 25 plus years. I've literally worked with hundreds of women. So, I'm confident in what I'm bringing to you guys, that if you implement them, you will be able to see change in your health, in your fitness, in your nutrition, and in your weight loss, if that's your goal. All right. That's my spiel for the night. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Those of you that are in northern Jersey, looks like we're getting some snow. So bundle up and enjoy the snow day tomorrow if we get one. All right, have a great night, everyone. Bye.